covered with stones. It shouldn't be too metally, too plain. So that's why I always put a station and some diamond by the yard, some stone, some absolute by the yard.
I know, right? He's got to remember.
I got to remember.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to move on to this now. For me, when you look at this, it just looks like such, I mean, luxury and sophistication. Just, you know, when you say, oh, look at her, she's just dripping in diamonds, that's what this looks like. Black and white, ring or bracelet. $192.92 to $440.470 are the retail value. Our HSN price only $99.95 for the ring. Bracelet is $249.95, and both of them have 4 flex pay. The bracelet's flex pay is $62.49, and the ring's flex pay is $32.33. And I want to show you this bangle is a hinged bangle, and it has the double-sided safety, which is what you would see on the top and the bottom, so that when you're getting this, and I think I know how to open this. There you go. Just that hinge bangle, which I love because it doesn't move around.
It's not round. It's oval. It curves around your wrist. If we can see it on Amy, I think we'll really appreciate. You know, what's very difficult about jewelry making is creating patterns that work, because you're setting a couple hundred stones. And you've got to think about the pattern and how to place the stone, and that's what sort of create the graphics. So that what makes it a really, really interesting piece to me. You know, pavé is always done very well in my collection, but in this case we create this pattern, create that contrast, black and white, very chic, very elegant in the evening. You know, really beautiful. And going back to the ring, same thing. You know, when I'm doing a ring right now that has about 220 diamonds on it, and I visit the workshop a couple times every time to see how we were laying out the stones.
I think we have some footage of that, of actually making the pieces, so we can show.
You know, we do everything by hand. We trace everything by hand. It's a secular work. You know, it's all done by tradition. It's all done with tools that we've used for more than. See, we trace all the stones, how we position them. The drill is the only modern tool that we use. With this little wax, we pick up the stones, we place them, set them, make sure they're all perfectly matching one another, and this is the final result. So this is the same attention that we put to this piece. So look at this bracelet more as a piece of art, because of the pattern that we created, and the real difficulty about creating the pattern and making it work together. And I think, you know, you're thinking about that timelessness. This will never go out of style.
Right. Oh,
This is all my jewelry is inspired by my idea of the archives that I've seen.
Right.
You know, the books in the Place Vendôme, the old leather books that you open and you see all those.
And those books are not open to the public.
No, I've been so fortunate to see it. You know, it's very rare. It's collections that is 100 years old, and you just go through those books and you just see the most magnificent pieces of jewelry. And I've sort of absorbed all of that for 10, 15 years.
What do you have to do to get in there to see that?
Well, you know, you just have to work. There are like 5 or 6 very important jewelers in the world, you know, 6 or 7 maybe, you know, between Italians and French. And there are about maybe 150 men that work in those workshops. So out of all that jewelry that you see, that jewelry is produced by a very, very limited amount of people. So I was just immersed in that world. I was so fortunate to do that. And being able to create pieces in absolute is expressing all that heritage, all that experience into a piece that is offered to everybody.
Right.
Because the problem of the high jewelry is that it's so expensive that very little people get the possibility of purchasing it, and I always found that really sad.
Yes.
So with this kind of piece, you can have that inspirational bracelet, timeless.
And it has a weight and a feel to it, and a finished quality to it that is so extraordinary, that reflects all of Jean Dousset's passion and experience. Stay on the line, 091-994 for the Jean Dousset Absolute